Hey, welcome to another wrestling review with Brad Tragick. It's actually the day after. Hardly ever get to record the day after very much anymore, so but I'll still call it the wrestling review. Basically, I like to shoot my mouth off and talk about what I've heard about wrestling, any other rumors and stuff I've heard. So I'll basically just keep calling it the wrestling review. And every once in a while, I might have one like 2 days from now, maybe or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Anyway, Raw was pretty good last night. It wasn't like the greatest, but with WrestleMania and with this year how crappy it's been, the past couple years how crappy it's been. It can't get any better than this. With The Rock and Cena, you would think they could do a little bit more with this, but I just don't know. And I don't know if it's The Rock not wanting to do as much because movie, you know. Contracts and things like that, or I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so it wasn't that bad. It starts off and starts off the night. You get CM Punk in the ring talking about Jericho, what he said last week. Pretty good things going on. I really think this is probably going to be a dark horse at WrestleMania 28, and a lot of people. It's going to probably be an amazing match that people are going to be talking about. You know, I honestly think that this match will probably overshadow the Undertaker Triple H match because, unless something really, really drastic happens in that match, at WrestleMania, I really do think that Punk and Jericho will probably be the most talked about match after Mania. Even with The Rock and Cena, I just don't think. WWE wise, The Rock and John Cena will be really big talks, but I really do think that Punk and Jericho will probably steal the show. And really shock people at how good it's really going to be. I don't think people are really, they're not really giving it the credit that it deserves right now, and that really giving it the criticism and everything, and really talking about it very much on the internet. So I really do think it's going to be a dark horse, and I would not be surprised if Daniel Bryan and Sheamus doesn't shock a lot of people because I really do think the feud is. I'm gonna say they're not really building it up too well. A little bit, but not really too much. Um, they're going to do it on SmackDown. That's a good choice, doing it there. But I just really think they're not building it up too much. But hopefully the match will be a lot better than the build-up. So I think it's going to shock a lot of people. So who knows? Still, my prediction, I really do think Sheamus will win the World Championship. Um, if they were going to make the world title mean more, then they would have Daniel Bryan walk out. But I would honestly give Sheamus the belt, and then if they wanted to do a swerve like a couple months down the road and have Daniel Bryan win it back, they could do that to make the title mean more, and make seeing Daniel Bryan was actually a great champion. They could give the belt back to Daniel Bryan and start to build the company, up around him, and Sheamus give them, kind of a run together with those belts. Prediction with Punk and Jericho, I really do think Punk needs to win here. If Punk wins this match, and the match is tremendous, like I think it's going to be at WrestleMania, then this will really solidify Punk as being a main eventer, as being a guy that can hold his own, and really I think will show that Vince McMahon and Triple H, really, really he can go out there and put on a show and really be entertaining and really draw that crowd in. Um, so I just think that match is going to be a dark horse. The more and more I see the promos and everything for it, and then I know what these guys can do in the ring. Punk's continually get better on the mic. He's always been good on the mic, but I just don't think he's like. If compare him to some other people, Punk's probably not the best speaker, but he's a good speaker. But he's getting better as he continues to be in the main event spotlight. And putting him with Jericho, hell, it's just going to improve his mic skills and improve how he reacts with people. But there you go. Rock and Cena, basically going off what happened on Raw. Rock had the program, the little promo in front of the Rocky Balboa statue, entertaining stuff, classic Rock stuff. The only thing I'll say is I don't remember the Rock really stumbling over his words like back in the day. Like now, it seems like he goes he stumbles over his words. It's probably just because he's not used to doing what he used to do and everything like that. But then he came down after the match and finally did some sort of action in the ring to show that he can still move and he's willing to fight. But I think next week The Rock should have a squash match at least or something. you know, before WrestleMania. I actually think they both should wrestle, you know, in some fashion. You know, I don't think they should like wrestle each other or anything, but you know, I think like Rock should, you know, wrestle like one match before WrestleMania to get people excited. Um, Before Mania, you know, I mean, put him in there with, I don't know, like that's not somebody that's gonna like be like superly like wrestling wise, but like somebody who can go in there and you know wrestle light style. Um, I don't know. I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head that you know would be a heel and that really wouldn't like you know really want to push the envelope too much. You know, it'd probably be some jobber from SmackDown. Maybe Jinder Mahal might be pretty good. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names here. Maybe somebody you know like I'm not talking about like I would say Jack Swagger, but he probably would want to do a little bit of wrestling, and Rock wouldn't have that. Um, but I mean somebody that you know he can do like light work with at WrestleMania. You know, just to get you know just to show the fans that you know hey, and probably increase pay-per-view buys. You know, to show that Rock can still wrestle. You know, I'm babbling on. That's way too long. So, and I mean, there wasn't really too many wrestling matches last night. We had, I mean, Daniel Bryan versus, I almost said Sheamus. Daniel Bryan versus Zack Ryder, which, who's going to guess Zack Ryder's going to win that match? Anyway, Zack Ryder is not even on the caliber of Daniel Bryan, to be honest. So, Daniel Bryan wins, the bell lock. Pretty horrid match. I just don't like Zack Ryder's style. I mean, he's over as hell, but if he learns how to wrestle, that'd be a different thing. He can't wrestle. He can. I'd rather watch a David Otunga match than watch Zack Ryder wrestle. And that's how bad I think he is in the ring. He's not that good at all. He's not that good. Um, you know, and then we get a tag team match later on with R-Truth and Kofi Kingston and Oksana versus Vicky Guerrero and well, I don't think it was a 6-man tag, but they were in the corners. Vicky Guerrero and then you got Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler and them ended up picking up the win. And you got Sheamus and The Miz after Miz had an open challenge to try and look good to get in his WrestleMania match. I really do. I think they're going to put Miz in the match. So they're just drawing this out to make it look good. But I honestly think this is looking like a face turn for the Miz, just like Slug Daddy called it. And I didn't think anything about that. But that's what it's looking like. It's looking like, you know, the Miz is going to come out there and say, you know, something's going to happen. Taylor Long's going to come out and say, I'll have you on my team, player. And what's going to be funny is he's going to say that when he comes out and does it. But, you know, I just see him coming out there, Taylor Long saying, like, well, Johnny don't want you. You'd be a great addition to Taylor Long's team. And, you know, he ends up being on Teddy's team and ends up being the one that makes the pinfall, you know, for Teddy Long, you know. I don't know, like at the end of this, I don't want to say John is going to win, but I don't really know if he's going to win or not. I mean, the way it's looking like, they're setting it up to where John's going to probably win, but Teddy's looking awful strong right now, and I just can't see Teddy winning. Like, something fishy is going to happen. Something fishy is going to happen to Mania between this match, and I think, you know, something, I don't know what to expect that it's going to come after this match because I think something is up someone's sleeve. Something's going to happen. Either they win like double count out or something, and they just you know go back to where they were after Mania. That's what I think is going to happen. Something crazy like that. But I don't know. Oh yeah. Woo. We got some more matches announced for WrestleMania. SmackDown, I guess they announced, or they had the announcement, Kane and Randy Orton. He didn't see that coming. But then we did get a random tag team diva match at the WrestleMania. Maria from Extra is going to be in I guess she was on Raw a while back or a live event or something and wrestled with somebody, wrestled Beth Phoenix. So I guess they're going to have a match about Maria and Kelly taking on Eve and Beth Phoenix, the women's champions. So I guess it's a celebrity. Maybe she heard they have a celebrity wing in the Hall of Fame, so she's looking for that 10 years down the road, so we put in there. But But wow, Flow Rider announced to be at WrestleMania. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. They've been having the live performance about every Mania now from someone, so pretty cool to see Flow Rider actually is a pretty decent name to be at WrestleMania, so pretty cool. The thing is with a lot of the bands that coming in, they haven't really started putting bands into the Hall of Fame, so you kind of wonder like Boyz II Men, Reba McEntire, people like that going in the Hall of Fame. Aretha Franklin, I think Aretha Franklin. Destiny's Child, one of the singers from Destiny's Child was on there. I know, like, it's been like 10 years, so I mean, I'm thinking maybe like next year, maybe they might put somebody like a musician in, maybe as a celebrity one. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're saving the band people for the Hall of Fame. Aretha Franklin would be probably a shoe-in. She'd probably definitely go in. And probably would take the induction, or her family. I don't think she's with us anymore, I don't believe. If I'm wrong on that, comment down below, let me know. I really don't know if she's alive or not. Yeah, but not really much to talk about with wrestling. So we get The Rock and John Cena and their altercation and everything. I can't. I'm wore out for some reason. I'm not tired, really. But we get at the end of Raw, the main event. Why they put this in the main event, I have no idea. But I mean, there really wasn't much else on the card they could have put in the main event, so this is probably about it. They get Shawn Michaels coming out, talking about he could end this match either way. Oh my god! Can't stop it. He can end this match either way, but he basically holds the match in the palm of his hand. He can decide who wins or loses. And Undertaker comes out and he basically says, "Remember, I want this match to be pure. It has to end. Destiny, pure. There cannot be no cheating in this match. Pure." That just makes me think right there. There's gonna be a fishy ending. But then Triple H comes out and he's blah blah blah, talks all this crap, and then basically says, there's been 24 Hell in a Cell matches. Undertaker and Triple H have competed in 19 of them. So he says, it's not a coincidence. It's destiny. We were to meet in this era. Basically the Attitude Era. So there you go. So not really sure who's gonna win this match. If I had to guess, I would have to say Undertaker. They're wanting us to believe that he can be beat, but I really do think that Undertaker will walk out the winner. There is some truth that some people are saying, the reason why they're having Hell in a Cell is because when Triple H wins, he can protect himself before he can, while security is able to escort him out of the cage if he beats the Undertaker. There could be truth to that. There could be some truth. Because if he does end the streak, there may be stuff thrown, because this is big. If he ends the feud, or he ends the streak, oh man. But to be honest, this trilogy of matches is the best feud we've had in probably the 2000s. Is that bad to say? I mean, honest to say, I would almost say, near the beginning of, this is past couple years, even going from 2008, 2009, I would say this is probably the best feud we've had. It's drawn out over 3 years, but, this third year, basically, they're having the same match, but we had to have started before. Maybe, and then with Michaels, if you took Michaels' storyline into account with Undertaker, it's just, there you go. Well, there you go. You go back to 24, you go back to 25, you go 26 when it started, 27, and then now 28. It's a 5-year span. This whole storyline has come full circle into a 5-year storyline. How many storylines, really, to this day, is 5-year long storyline? It started out, it was just going to be Triple H and Undertaker, and then they wove, Shawn Michaels into that. Now, the only thing that would make this even better is if they made, somehow, Kurt Angle involved with this, and which would, it would, like, be huge, but, I mean, that wouldn't, that ain't gonna happen. But, I mean, somebody that would be woven even further into this, like Mick Foley. Um, I'm really surprised Mick Foley wasn't a part of WrestleMania this year. It's really, really shocking. And, I mean, it's not over. There's still a week left. Something could be thrown in there at the last second. And there you go. I think Undertaker will walk out the winner. I just think they're making it look good. So when he does walk out the winner, there'll be suspense. Uh, like I haven't got to see any of the matches like at all. So, but I heard last year, the whole Tombstone with Triple H doing it, kind of made me think like, oh, and people thinking Triple H is doing it in the streak of last year. So, wow. There you go. Yeah. Whew. Now, there was another thing. I brought this up on another video talking about the Hall of Fame. They haven't announced anymore. It's going to be like a really small class of Hall of Fame people, or what? I think there was like 5 people getting inducted. I mean, isn't there usually like 8 or 10 people that get, inducted in the Hall of Fame? I think Kitty behind me. Anyway, but don't you usually see like 8 or 10 people, get inducted in the Hall of Fame? I don't understand. I guess maybe they don't want to overshadow Edge being in the Hall of Fame, but Edge and the Four Horsemen. I don't know. They didn't really announce that Mil Mascaras was however you say his name. He's getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. They didn't really talk about it on Raw, but he is one of the inductees. Haven't seen any other ones on the website unless there is. I'm just missing it. They may do like some lesser known wrestlers this year just because Edge is going in. They don't want to overshadow Edge going into the Hall of Fame. They want him to have a big deal this year going into the Hall of Fame. So there you go. Oh, I seem to be falling asleep. I will end this video. I don't know why. But there you go. WrestleMania 28 shaping up to be pretty good. So kind of excited what's going to happen. They actually are adding some good matches. It looks good on paper. Now let's see if they deliver. And no Money in the Bank yet. So who knows? No Money in the Bank this year? Not sure. So yeah, there you go. This has been another wrestling review by Brad Tragick, and I'll see you next time.